Hit that button for everybody. All right. Man, how you doing, boss? Doing good?
Yes, sir.
Your head looks shiny. I love it, man. You look good. All right, guys. Today, we're going to talk about new student orientation from a group situation, right? How do we gain attention, convert that attention into an appointment and sign them up? And we got to do it fast. So, this past weekend, we had 12 kids show up. By the way, if two kids show up, I don't call that a mass intro. And I never say the word mass intro to the public world. That's kind of a industry word we use. It'd be a group lesson or a group introductory course, group introductory lesson, and we theme them up. So goal setting through board breaking, karate for concentration, a bully proof type course, something to that effect. You theme them up. So we had 12 kids show up, and we end up enrolling 10 of those kids. So can you enroll 10 kids in an hour? Of course. My record so far in one day that I personally did was 66 kids in one day. So imagine if you sign up 60 kids in a day, what does that transfer into your school, right? Obviously, you got more students and more classes, more revenue coming in, more energy when you're teaching, so many positive things. And so if if I was starting over and I have just me, what's the fastest way to success? The fastest way to success is create an emotional transformation that fast. I'm really good at snapping my fingers right here, guys. Okay. The power snap and converting that into a membership right on the spot. So it starts with this. How am I getting my attention? Okay. If you guys go to my website for my martial arts school, under special events, you can see a landing page. And I purposely left it as a special event so you guys, my clients, can go see it. Normally, if it was your website, it would be a hidden landing page that I would market separately. Okay. And the next one I'm doing will be on the 9th of August. And we're going to do it in two time slots, 10 o'clock and 12 o'clock. And so everything I'm doing currently right now is going to be pushing people to come because our first classes at that location doesn't start till the 11th. So we're pushing people to show up. Now, today we still have, basically a week and a half until that workshop. So everything we're doing right now is getting attention, using our social media, posting every single day on your public social media, your Instagram, your Facebook, etc. You should post a minimum of once a day, but really 2 to 4 times a day. Now, remember, your public social media is nothing about your current members. Okay. If I promote anything about my current member, it's, showing a picture of somebody earning something and commenting not about necessarily directly that person, but about celebrating an award or something. Your public social media, minimum once a day, 2 to 4 times a day is what you would like to achieve on Instagram and Facebook. And those are primarily the ones. Okay. Next, every single parent group in your area. You should not just have you in there, but you should have some of your parents in there that are paying attention to what's going on, and they should invite, hey guys, my son's Christ School is doing a free event this Saturday. We're able to invite 5 people if you're interested in coming, right? And then they can have their friends message them or somebody that's in that group that's with them, and they can send them that link to sign up for that. And so you have a theme, you're getting attention, and then you're flyering. You're going to your local pizza shop that you're already connected with. You're going to any of the established relationships you already have, and you're getting them say, "Hey, here's my card that I want to my marketing card, not your business card. I don't even have business cards, guys. I got a cell phone. You can tap someone else and you get their number. Your marketing cards, and you have them staple them onto their bags or you put them on pizza box toppers. And that's how you're getting attention. Okay? And then every time you make a phone call, now everyone should know you want to contact the person within 3 minutes or less. The faster you can respond, even better if you can respond to them while they're still on your website. That's even better. Okay. Like man, I'm still looking at your website now. Great. And you get them scheduled in. So now they show up that day. Here's what's important. First, role play every scenario with you and your team. If you're the team yourself, you better practice every scenario because everything can go wrong if you don't prepare for it. So, what is the perfect scenario? Let's just pretend it's me and one other person, and the class starts at 10 o'clock. I'm ready to go sitting and twirling my thumbs at 9 a.m. I don't want to be preparing all the way till 9:50 because somebody, that first person shows up at 9:30 anxious and ready to go. Okay? So let me go through some of the scenarios. One, whatever you're putting those kids in, I 1000% believe you put the kids in a uniform. 1000%. Some people disagree with me. And the only reason that people disagree is because they don't want to spend the 11 or 12 or $14 for the student uniform to put them in. Now, let me tell you how crazy this is. The uniforms that I put the kids in for the schools that I have now, if they enroll that day, let me rephrase, when they enroll that day, they actually will never wear that uniform again. I'm paying $14 plus shipping or whatever it is in hopes the kid wears that gi one time and never again. If he wears it again, he can use it for his Halloween costume and chop it up and make it into something else. Because our next uniform when they join is not that uniform. I know that sounds crazy. A lot of you guys, your basic course and your trial uniform is the same uniform. So economically, it's super cheap for you guys because when you enroll 50% of them, you already made that money back with those uniforms. In my case, I'm buying these uniforms for a one-time use opportunity. Why would I do that? Why would I put a kid in a gi? Because transformation happens as soon as he puts on the suit. If I want my son to perform like a football player, well, I guess give him the ball, that's part of it. But if I put him in a jersey, okay, if we're gonna practice baseball and we get a tennis ball and throw it at each other, okay, cool. But if we both have a glove and we have a baseball we're throwing, it feels real. Okay. Even better if we go buy the jersey of the player we like and get the hat and we act as if it's called psychology. So as soon as the kid puts the gi on, so I've got the gis laid out. If I'm doing a kid's workshop, this is what I'm doing. I need to know what size gis I need. I don't need size sevens and sixes. Okay. This weekend, the 12 kids that we had, almost all of them were zeros, double zeros, or ones. I don't even think we used the size two at all, and we didn't use the triple zero. Double zeros, zeros, and ones is what you're going to need the most of. And some triples, maybe, but I don't do 3-year-olds in a group trial. A 4-year-old, maybe not even a 4-year-old. You do not have to let everyone come on your mat. 27 kids show up. You got a 3-year-old there? Nope, they don't come. They sit there and watch with their parent. One kid can ruin the class. You have to use, everybody should write the word dominate as big as you possibly can. If you can't spell it, just put a big D and write big D next to it. Okay, if you don't know how to spell dominate, it's okay. Okay, we can give you a lesson on how to spell later on. Okay, that's a whole nother class, guys. But dominate. I don't let anyone on my floor that day. One bad apple spoils the bunch. You guys know the saying. So if I see someone, that's going to hurt my class, I don't let them on the floor. We can go through how you handle that. Now, here's what you role play. You don't assume the process. So I'd say, hey, Sarah, listen, when they walk in, you immediately greet the parent with the clipboard and the pen and bring them to the side. Don't leave them in the doorway. Grab the parent, bring them to you. Hey, mom, come over here. Hey, mom. You have to communicate, guys. No staff is role playing this stuff, guys. You guys are assuming because I watch it happen all the time. You guys look baffled. They're like, what's going on? I don't know what we're doing. Hey, mom, come over here real quick. And then the teacher, I'm going to, hey, what's your name? I'm going to grab the kid from the door, get him away from the door, bring him out of the way because other people are coming in. I immediately start putting the gi on the kid. They don't go to the bathroom to put on the gi. I put the top on, I tie it, make sure it fits, roll the sleeves up. Hey, slip this over your pants. Great. Everything looks good. Cool. Walk the kid over to the floor, sit him down. Mom's talking to Sarah, filling out the form. You don't linger in conversation because they won't fill it out. You just say, hey, mom, listen, I need you to fill this out. Hey, make sure this part gets done. Great. Hey, have a seat over here, mom. And when it's done, I'll come grab that from you or drop it off here. If you leave it with them and don't give them instructions, the parents will just hold on to the clipboard. They won't fill out the paperwork. You might do a trial, they leave, and you never got a signed form. Shame on you. You didn't role play. And you know what's going to happen. You got 12 kids and they all show up at one time. And you have to do this fast because if you don't do it fast, if you don't put the uniforms on the kids fast and you don't role play this, guys, people kind of get bottlenecked and confusion leads to people leaving. And then it leads for you being frustrated and you don't have a great class. So you role play. You don't linger in conversation with the mom. You guys better be taking notes because this is where you guys all screw up. You spend too long talking to mom, she never filled out the paperwork. You let the mom put the uniform on the kid. The mom's never put a damn uniform on the kid ever. You put it on. You don't let them walk to a bathroom ever. There's no reason to go to a bathroom to put on a uniform. You do it right there in front of you. You take them right to the floor, you sit them down. Roll their sleeves up. Flip the waistband. Don't roll the pants down at the bottom. Flip the waistband, guys. Come on now. The kids are all sitting down. They're not playing around. No one's allowed to be on the mat. You put them exactly where you want them. And the instructor's making small talk with the kids and asking questions. One of the questions I asked the kid, and Sarah asked the parents, hey guys, do you live close by? I asked the kid, hey, where do you go to school? Oh, I go to XYZ Elementary. Where's that? Oh, it's in a whole nother town. Oh, you're not the mama. Oh, no, they're just staying with me today. I even put them on the floor, these are questions we're getting determined. Oh, we're on vacation. None of those people take a class with me. If they're on vacation, they're coming in because they saw the free pizza. I say, where do you live? Great, listen. Well, this is actually just for people who live in the area. I'll look for schools and I do this, guys. I'll say, hey, I might know someone in the area. Oh, you live in Houston? Yeah, I know plenty of people in Houston. Great. Hey, let me find where you live in Houston. Let me help you out there. Oh, you live in Orlando? You live in Tampa? You live in Miami? You live in New York? Why are you living in New York? Come move here. All right. But I don't let them take class. I don't put them in a uniform. Yes, I turn them away. They're staying with their uncle. Uncle brought them in. Does mom know they're coming to class? I'm gonna tell you, you put the kid on the class. Mom didn't know about it. Mom didn't want him training. You in trouble. Okay. Hey, can you call mom real quick? Make sure this is cool. Oh, you're the babysitter? Mom said bring him? Nah. You better role play every scenario. Whoever's the owner or the manager of the business, you guys better come up with every scenario possible and role play it. Now, the kids are on the floor. You got the paperwork done. Everyone's in a uniform. The next thing is you address the parents first. Hey, parents, my name is Master Aaron. I'm the head instructor of the Rise Martial Arts here. Hey, this is Miss Sarah. She's one of our instructors here. Hey, parents, I know you guys have heard that martial arts is good for discipline, for focus, for concentration, for respect. Most martial arts programs don't, they'll tell you they can learn that through the program, but they can't really demonstrate or show you exactly how that happens. My intent is for you to see exactly how we have a mental correlation to every physical skill, and you see it right here in live time. And my intent is for you see enough today that you decide to be a member at our school. Like you start off with some fast, direct, intentional moment with the parents, and you just let it be known that your goal is to demonstrate who you are, what do you do, right in front of them, and that your intent is for them to sign up with you today. I start with that. I'm not hiding anything. Then I turn to the kids and I set the intention with the kids. Hey, kids, our intent today is when you finish class that you become a martial artist and earn your first belt. And we have their belts lined up at the front of the class where they could see their belt because their name's on it. So what Sarah did is she wrote the kid's name on the belt, big Sharpie, and put it on the front of the floor so the kid's staring at their belt. And then I tell them what they have to do to earn that belt. Hey, kids, so here's the rules for today. The rules are today is everything I teach you, you have to be able to remember it and demonstrate it to me at the end of class. Two, and we give them a measurement. Okay, and most of you guys have probably learned this from me or learned it from a system because this is something that's been around since 1992. All right, but we use what's called the intensity scale. We go through a 1 to 10. Right, we want the kids to give their best, good, better, best. Teach them how to give their best. All right. And so we start off with first they have to remember, they have to focus and pay attention, right? Follow the class, be able to do that. They have to be able to give their best. We'll by the way, for the one I did this weekend, we have a board, and I'll get to that in a minute how we do that. But we'll let them know that part of phase one is demonstrate the skills. They have to break that board. Okay. Depending on your theme, that might not be part of your theme, but it was for the one we're doing this week. Um, and then the ability that they have to give their best in every part of class. Okay. And they would tell them rule number three is they have to have fun. So we kind of, relax the hardcore of like they've got to remember everything, they've got to give their best, and then we got to have fun, and then we get right to class. And so what I actually physically do in class is at an attention position or a set position, depending on what you call it, a bow, a guard. We do some form of blocks. You can do parries, covers, knife hand blocks, low blocks, some block. So for defense, we do jab and a cross and a front kick, and that's all I teach. That's the whole class. And each one of those skills has some correlation to a mental benefit. So obviously, attention position or set position is for self-control. Bow is for respect. We do jab cross for focus. We do the blocks for defense. We do the front kick for confidence. And then we have them break the board and earn the white belt at the end. Now, going back to the board. What I did this weekend was I gave the boards to the parents. As the parents, what I want you to do is on one side of the board, I want you to write some kind of loving message to your kid. On the other side, I want you to write the biggest obstacle, and you can draw a picture, you can do a bullseye, I don't care what it is, but the biggest obstacle your child's facing that you as the parent want to see them overcome. What is the number one thing you want your child to be able to learn through martial arts to overcome? Is it confidence, grades at school, getting their chores done at home, whatever it is? All right. And at the end of the class, after we did a review, we have the kids in a listening position we call locked up, right? Their hands on knees, back straight, eyes are focused, hands are on the knees, okay? And we have, if you have 10, you can do it like this. If you have 50, you probably couldn't do it like this. You'd have to have another plan for this. That's why you role play. But we had each person come up one at a time. And I would read the loving message to the kid. I would read what the biggest challenge is. And I would ask the kid about it. Is that something they can make a commitment to overcoming? And we practice the front kick, and they would break the front kick, and I would pre-frame the crowd. When the board breaks, everyone goes wild. They do. Kid goes hugs their family. We tie the white belt on them. So they've learned some core skills. They put the uniform on that made them already think and act as if they were martial artists. And then at the end of this, I finish, and it should be the person teaching class and doing the close. I do not like bait and switch because you're the one that led the whole thing. Someone's got to be the dominant player. Parents, thank you guys for being here. We have pizza for you guys afterwards. Hey, kids, the uniforms, you cannot eat in it, sleep in it, or play in it. It's just for coming to karate class. So make sure you take that off. You guys get to take that home. It's yours to keep. Whether you guys are becoming a member here or not, those are yours to keep. But parents, help when you serve your kids, they take the uniform tops off. We got pizza for you afterwards. But right now, parents, listen. Let me go over this real quick. My intent, I said, was for you guys to become a member here. Hopefully, you've seen enough to make that decision right now. Let me go over exactly what your offer is. And this offer is good for today and today only. After I go over this offer, Miss Sarah is going to pass you guys a clipboard, and everything I'm telling you right now is in print, so you guys can look at it and ask me any questions. Normally, when you join, and then I go through what it normally is. I'm going to tell you what we did this past weekend. Normally, guys, when you join, it's a 9-month commitment, 39 weeks. You pay a $295 down payment, $49 a week plus a service fee, and you have to buy the equipment package, which is $295. When you guys, I don't say if, I say when you guys join today, your offer for today for getting started is we're going to waive your down payments. You do not have to pay the $295. The equipment package, you do need that for class. It's $295. We're taking $100 off today, so it's $195 today. And your weekly fee is only $39, not $49. And that offers for good for today and today only. And then we pass some clipboards out with that in print so they can easily see it. And then their enrollment. And we use what's called a quick contract, meaning it's literally just designed for this program. They fill it out, they circle the times of the class they want, that's on that agreement. Once they have the clipboard, music gets turned on, pizza's served. Now, why do we have pizza? It keeps them lingering there so they can ask whatever questions, because they're going to have questions. Some of the questions people asked this weekend. Oh, my ex-husband might not bring him. How do we solve that? What happens if the schedule changes? Questions like that. They just want some security of how to be able to answer those. Now, here's a pizza problem. Most pizza places don't open on Saturday till 11 a.m. and I need the pizza to be there at 10:45. You cannot order this on an app. You can't order that morning. You have to have a relationship established with a pizza place that knows when you do these workshops, how many pizzas you need and how you get them to you. Do you have to send somebody to pick them up? Will they bring them to you? I do cheese only, double cut, thin crust, keep it simple with bottles of water. Okay. You need to role play all these scenarios. And then what I did is I stand at the front door. So if they're not enrolling, they have to hand me the clipboard and walk past me to go out the door. I'll walk around and see if there's questions need to be right. And then here's the thing is, you've got to make sure you act with urgency. Yesterday, I went over what the perfect offer is in any offer. Urgency is part of it. If someone says, I need to talk to my spouse, great, 100% with you. I would want you to talk with your spouse about it, make sure you're on the same page. I have them fill out the agreement, turn it into me, and I'll say, hey, if it's a no, just call me back and we'll tear this up. No big deal. What I don't do is I don't let them take the paperwork home and I don't let them call me back if they want to do it. If they need to talk to someone, which is called a stall, aka bullshit, because you wouldn't be there without your spouse's permission, right? If the wife brought, she's the one making the decision anyway. And if the dad brought him, the mom knew, okay, because mom's probably at work that day. She knew it was happening. I had them fill out paperwork and leave it with me. And then you have to honor the word. It's a today only offer. If they call you on Sunday, the offer is different. Okay. And yes, what will happen is someone called us the next day and said, hey, can we go and add people to this? Yeah, you want to add your siblings? Cool, great. It will happen that way, but they already have it enrolled. They can't call you on Monday and say, you know what we thought about, we want to do it. Because that you'll teach them that your word doesn't matter. And I'd rather start hard and finish better. Speaking of which, if you guys do the month-to-month memberships, it's because you lack the ability to close. You don't have the skill set. You've got to be real. You've got to choose the person over money always to be successful. So when you don't hold people to commitment, you can't teach commitment. And so who you need to hold accountable is the mom and the dad. So in our program, after 18 months, they have to be on the next level course. And if they don't join it, we don't keep them. You got to be willing to let people walk out your door because the service and the product matters more than the money. If you're chasing the money, your ethics will change. Your structure will change. So when I say this is a today only offer, it is exactly that. Because I don't want to teach them that my word doesn't matter. It does. I do not bend over backwards and beg for the sell. I demonstrate the product. I give great customer service. I give the offer. And if there's a complaint or an objection, we have a solve for it. From start to finish, this is at most an hour and 15 minutes. From the time the first person walks in to the time they leave, hour and 15 minutes. If you do this once a month with the idea that you're going to have 20 kids sign up, 10 show up, you sign up 5. If you did this once a month, there's 60 new members doing this. If you did it every other week, it's 120 new members. And remember, successful schools lose 1/3 of their student body every year, or excuse me, half of their student body every year. Massively successful schools lose 1/3. I don't know many people that are massively successful that beat that number, right? The most successful schools in the country, 1/3 of their student bodies replaced every year. The average successful school that's profitable, 50% of their school is replaced every year. So if you have 120 students right now, look how many people you signed up in the past 12 months. You probably signed up 60, 70, 80 people. If you're not signing up 8 people a month, you're probably on the way out the door. So this is one of those ways that me as a karate guy who didn't like sales, didn't understand money, was scared of money, how I built my school fast from basically 0 students to 350 in the first 12 months. We've done one of these so far. We've signed up 10 new members. We're doing another one on the 9th. Okay. And so if you go to risemartialarts.com under special events, you can see what that landing page is. You can literally copy that landing page if you had one like that, and that would be what you would market. But do not rely just on social media to gather your attention that you need. All right. Questions on group intros, mass intros, anything on that before we go to a different topic. So right now, let's stay on this topic and then we'll shift from there.
Do you direct the parents in any way other than just sit out? Do you place them in a certain, spot maybe that you want when you're doing this, maybe away from the door?
As far as for when they're watching class,
For when they come in for the workshop, you always get that quiet parent that tries to, go sit all the way across. Or I've had them come around and try to sit like on the side of the mats on the floor to kind of like hover over the kid instead of over in the seating area.
yeah, so great question. It really depends on the layout of your school. I like my parents, like our school right now, the whole school except for the first 10 foot is matted and our chairs are on the mats. I want like my most successful school of all time, the chairs are on the mat. Um, I do have a copy of it. I can show you, and I'll show you some of the stuff here in a minute. Matter of fact, I have a group WhatsApp group for you guys. If you're not in it, text me or Sarah. We'll add you in there. I'm going to communicate a lot through there. So I'm over delivering information. I told you I want two voices in your head. I want God and Aaron. That's it. Nobody else. Okay. And if you haven't met God yet, let me introduce you. Okay. And I didn't say you have to introduce by going into the grave either. Okay. We can meet him a lot quicker than that. Okay. But mine are on the mat. I want them, by the way, be be who you want in other people. The next time you're at a conference, sit in the front row, be that person, put the accountability on you, quit sitting in the back. But yeah, I want my parents right there. And so here's what I do. This is what you role play. Matt, that's a scenario you role play. There's a parent off to the back. Hey, mom. Hey, come over here. I got a seat for you. No, no, I'm good over here. No, come on, mom. I got this seat just for you, mama. Listen, I ain't put your name on it. See your name? No, what's your name again? Oh, Billy. Billy's your name? What the hell? Oh, what the hell? Oh, okay. Role play every scenario. Role play every scenario. Because listen, when you do a free group intro, guys, you're not getting the cream of crop people typically. You're going to have a lot of people over there just for the free whatever you're offering as a gimmick. Cool. That's why I protect your house. If someone doesn't live in my area, oh, you live in DC? You know what? I got some friends in that area. Let me look those up. Hey, I'll call them for you and I'll send you. Oh, we want to do the class. Well, actually, it's just for people that live here in this area. Oh, you go to school an hour and a half away? Do you know anybody that lives here? No, no, we just saw the free class online. Okay, great. Listen, protect your house, guys. You got a 3-year-old. I've seen people not know how to handle. They got a 3-year-old and they put in a class and they got 12-year-olds in there, and it's like the kid 12-year-old's crying or 3-year-old, the 12-year-old's crying probably. 3-year-old's crying the whole time. Okay, but I want the parents close, and I engage the parents during the conversation of the class the whole time as well too. All right, next question. How many guys don't do these? Uh, uh, John's doing one this weekend. Congratulations, where he's going to have the students bring buddies. So in a scenario like this, is I'm going to have the buddy, right, the student line up next to the buddy, and I'm going to make sure that they understand. I'm going to tell my students, hey guys, you're responsible for setting the tone. You're responsible for protecting the culture of the martial arts. So demonstrate high level skill for your friend here. And then I would want my students showing up in their uniform. And then I need to put, I'm telling you right now, like I know John's a good example. He's not a traditional karate school. He's a more Muay Thai, Krav style. We need to come up with something that trial kids wear because it makes them feel as if it's like putting on the jersey, the uniform, right? It makes them feel the part. I went to a concert this weekend. The concert had a uniform. Don't laugh, Matthew. Okay. Now you didn't see the outfit I didn't wear. Oh man. And then I saw some of what the men were wearing. I was disappointed nobody hit on me because there were some better looking men than me. Okay. But the concert had a uniform. I lost my hat. It fell off. Okay. But I dressed the part. Okay. And I was underdressed or I was overdressed. Excuse me. I was overdressed. You go to a Beyonce concert, guys, there's an outfit you wear for the concert. It's way more fun when you lean into it. Okay. It was crazy. There's probably 60,000 people there. It was night two. and everybody's in. How do you get 60,000 people? I didn't know there's a press release, maybe. I don't know. I don't even know how I knew. Somehow I knew. Okay, Amazon's my friend. John's like, you get Amazon 6 times a day at your house. Yes, sir. They've only been twice today. All right. Anything on group intros? Anything on trials? Tara, you got it? You got to figure Tara's doing this. You got some fancy earmuffs there.
Yes, sir. It's cold today.
It is.
Um, yeah, I'd probably have 100 questions, but I'll shoot them your way when they pop up.
So my template is set positions for self-control, bows for respect. I do focus your eyes, focus your mind, focus your body, get in the guard
Mhm.
stance. Parries for self-defense, not self-offense, right? Learn how to protect ourselves. Jab cross for focus, have them hit targets. Front kick, I say, hey kids, right? After I teach the kick, right? So I'm going through this fast. All right, guys, how high do you think you can kick? I'll bring a kid to the front of the class, and the kid will say, I think I can kick this high. So I put my hand that high, and the kid kicks that high. I'll say, well, okay, now try here. And the kid can normally kick that high, and I go a little bit higher. And then what I do is I say, all right, look, you said you can kick here, but you really kicked here. So this is in you. This is in you, right? We just got to get you to believe that you can do this every time from the first time. And we call it confidence, right? So I turn it into a lesson. Matter of fact, I was listening to a speaker the other day. This was good, guys. Uh, who wins the race? The tortoise or the hare? Who knows the answer to this? Who wins the race? The tortoise or the hare?
Yeah,
The hare. Who's that? Who we got? Who we got? I didn't see
I
somebody.
said it.
Where are we at? Where are we at? John.
The
John.
hair,
Yeah,
John knows
the
the answer
hair,
to this already.
definitely.
John, why does the hare win?
because he is slow and particular, and everything he does is
That's the
correct.
tortoise. That's the turtle. The turtle. That's the turtle. He's slow.
Oh, why does the hare win?
Yeah. Or who do you think wins? The
Oh, I
rabbit or
thought
the turtle?
the hare wins, but I thought the tortoise. Okay,
Well, you tell me. I don't care what the answer is. The rabbit or the turtle?
I think the turtle
Turtle wins. And why do you say that?
because he's slow is fast and slow is smooth, smooth is fast.
Good. Stay with me. Now, John, you've probably heard this because it's a fable that we've been teaching and telling everybody, right?
Mhm.
And so what happens is we end up regurgitating a concept and beliefs that we cannot go prove to someone else or just someone else's beliefs. So this is a belief that we've all been taught. How many of you guys have ever heard the story of the turtle and the hare, the turtle and the rabbit, right? The tortoise and the hare. I think we've all heard this story. And so what happens is we regurgitate something without ever fact checking it. But listen, if they ran 1,000 races, the rabbit's going to win 999 of them. And the only one they wrote about is they wrote about the one time the underdog, the turtle, finally wins the one race, and they write a whole fable about it. But really, what happens is the rabbit was just freaking tired of winning 999 races, and he's out partying with the strippers and the hookers because he's winning so many races. He got so much money. He's in Vegas. He's out partying, having a good old time, and he fell asleep because he'd been out, strung out on whatever out partying, for a couple of days. Because in real life, guys, if you're betting, who's going to win the championship, pick any of your main athletes. You're picking the main guy. If you looked on it, but we've created a fable because we want to promote the idea and the concept that the underdog can win. And yes, it can happen, but a majority of the time, the guy who's aggressive, if you put two fighters in the ring and they got the same skill, the aggressor is going to win most of the time because he's going to dictate the outcome. Now, so here's what happens in business. The karate schools that are waiting for someone to knock on the door, open the door and say, "Do you guys teach karate?" They go out of business. They got 47 students for the rest of their life. And the karate school that has less skill, they don't give a shit. John cares about his people, right, John? You love your people, your students. The ones who don't give a shit about their students, they only care about money, and they do exist out there, but they go knock on every door. They go greet every principal. They meet every PTA president. They're at every carnival. They're going to kick your ass because they're going to win 999 races, and you're only going to get the ones who knock on your door and show up to you. That's how you lose in business. We don't want to do that. So these group intros are a way to win fast because you can get to scale fast. And you don't have to have everything figured out. You cannot rely just on your website. You cannot rely just on social media. You got to go knock on some doors, meet people, and invite them. You're inviting them to your class, and you can sell them on you. Now, coming back to confidence, a speaker, just listening to him, he talked about ADD and ADHD. And people say, and my kid says ADD, what's wrong with him? And his answer was, he would ask the kid, he says, hey, can you play video games? Yeah. Can you play video games for hours? Yeah. And he looks at the kid and says, hey, the kid's cured. He doesn't have an attention problem. There's no attention deficit. And the parents will always look at him confused. It's not the attention, it's the fact of what the kid's putting the attention on. What kid wants to sit into a schoolroom in a desk and listen to somebody teach math for an hour? You guys don't want to do it. So kids quit, parents quit your program when they're not engaged. Attention deficit is not a disease, it's a gift. And so everyone here has a high level, everyone here who thinks they're ADD, you have a great level of ability to have attention and focus on the things you want. Okay. And so he was talking about this is like when we want to teach confidence to kids, the perfect score on the math is in them. It's the ability to show them they have it in them. That front kick, a kid can kick this high, but he believes he don't kick this high. I'm showing him he has it inside of him already. When you unlock that in front of the mom right there in front of them, do you know how easy it is to get them to close that day? Immediately. But you have to teach in a way. So no matter what you teach curriculum-wise, you have to line up your class where there's a flow where that transformation literally happens in live time. So the structure of not what you teach, but definitely how you teach really matters. Okay. All right. I'll give you guys 5 minutes. Any question on the table? Let's rock and roll. Who's up?
Yeah, I have a quick question over like the instructor.
Trevor? Let's go, Trevor.
Yeah, so I teach really fast, high-paced classes, and once I get my assistants in, we role play it. They do awesome during role play, but once we get into class, they seem to slow down and look a little bit more lost. Is there anything I can do to help them with that?
Great question. Let me ask you a question, Trevor. Do you feel like you become a bystander in the class?
Say again, sorry.
Do you feel they become somewhat a bystander? Like they're almost like watching you, kind of like waiting for you. They're like, because you're saying they do good in the role play.
Yeah, exactly what you're saying.
What tends to happen, this is a good thing, actually, Trevor. They kind of get mesmerized, is what happens. Okay. It happens, this happened to Sarah this weekend, right? It happens to her a lot. If I'm teaching, she kind of gets kind of locked in on one thing, and I need her to see 50 things.
Yeah.
Okay. And then guess what I did right at the end of the class? Well, I'll tell how to mine. Hey, next time do this. So what you need to do is you need to quarterback them directly after the game. So if you have another class right behind it, right? You probably have a class behind class.
Yes, sir.
Before you leave, you line the class up, you get the class going. Hey guys, come here. Boom, you get them in a huddle. Hey guys, listen. You speak in a way you want them to react. So listen to my speak. Hey guys, you guys did really good on XYZ. Next class, we do that drill. Hey Billy, well, here's what I need you to do. Can you do that for me? You talk in a way that feels urgent. Now hold on a second. When you teach, do you teach in that kind of tone? Are you quick when you speak?
Yes, sir.
When you practice, do you speak the same way when you practice?
Of course, yeah. I speak fast when I role play.
Good. So what I want you to do now is every time you role play, bring up the exact moment where they have this bystander effect and give scenario training just to that. And almost come up with some kind of hand crew. So hey, if it ever happens again, guys, if I tap my hand twice like this, if I tap my head twice, if I slap you in the fucking face, no, don't do that one. But you give some clue where it's like, wake up, wake up, wake up, right?
Yeah.
Some kind of clue. So we did this thing. If we did this, that meant wrap it up. You're teaching a class and you're getting long-winded, you're talking too much. Okay. If I did like this, right, that means you're running behind on time. Okay. This means kill the class right now. All right. Stop everything you're doing. Right. We'd have different clues. And so like, I mean, we stole it from baseball. You ever watch baseball? They're like,
oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know what the hell they're doing. I don't know. It's like hand job stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Come up with some hand gestures so that way it's a wake up call that they snap out of it, but role play those scenarios. It
Okay.
happens a lot, guys. What he's talking about, that's why some of y'all are like, fuck it, I don't want assistance. Get off my floor. Okay.
Yeah, that answered. Thank you so
Yep.
much.
Yes, sir. Who's
I got
up?
a question. I got a question for you.
Let's go, baby.
All right, so since we're talking about instructors, so my situation right now, I teach all the classes myself. I don't have any employees. In
Yes.
October, I'm
Yes. Yes.
most likely going to Okinawa for about 10 days in October. So I don't want to close the school down. So how do I get somebody that I can train quickly or trust quickly that to keep the classes going while I'm away
All
out of
right.
the country?
First question. What are your dates you're going to Okinawa? I got to check my calendar.
The end of the month.
Okay. Let me bring this back up and say this again to make sure we're on the same page. Okay. You're saying you're going to be out of the country for 10 days. You
Hmm.
don't have an instructor right now. How do you prepare for this for the future? Am I hearing this correctly?
Right.
Does anybody have a scenario like this where like you want to go on vacation, but you're the only guy, so you got to close the school down, you're going to a tournament, you're going to vacation, something? Anybody know what we're talking about? You probably dealt with this before. Worst thing is you don't want to shut down classes or cancel classes because it gives people an easy out when they don't want to renew, right? I don't want to cancel classes ever for anything. So next is I don't want to be out of the country and be freaking stressed out that someone's going to get hurt in my class. Or imagine getting that call. Hey, Billy broke his arm in class. Okay. By the way, I hate Billy's apparently because that's all I bring up. I've been programmed. I got to come with another name. Okay. Karen. I don't know. We got to come with a name. What was it? Carol. It could be Carol's now, whatever. Anyway, think about getting that call and someone broke their arm running your class and you're out of the country. You'd be like, God damn it. I knew I couldn't leave. You don't want that, right? So here's some scenarios of how I would solve this. Okay. Because you have an urgent time period to do this. You need an instructor college program like we did. Actually, we just did a 1 day crash course in Houston, Texas. You need an instructor college going ongoing for your students. And it doesn't have to be a weekly class. It could be a once a month class. It could be weekly, but it could be once a month. And even if it's teenagers that are in your leadership program that you're hoping to one day become an instructor, it could also be, listen to this, guys, it could also be people in your market that run their own program, run their own school, but you want to mentor. They could be young adults running their own school like you somewhere. Maybe they're not as successful. Maybe they started a school and it's a networking opportunity and you can host it, you can control it, but it's an instructor program. And what's the saying about all rising tides lift all boats? You become their mentor, even if they're not your competitor. And by the way, what happens is you establish a relationship that creates a band of people. I'll tell you right now, 100%, there's people on this call right now that has someone that could go run a school somewhere. You probably have one person right now, but you don't have the opportunity. I'm thinking of Tara. She's got an 8-year-old son who's a rock star teacher in the making. I got a school number 2 I need an instructor for. She could be like, man, hey, here's an opportunity. Now he's got to say yes to it, but like there's everybody here who has someone I could hire today because you don't have the opportunity for them. Okay. So like you could create a funnel of people. And by the way, what better way to do this is imagine right now, John wants to open up school number 2 and he doesn't have the instructor. And I have an ongoing instructor college. And I'm like, man, these guys know how to start a class. They're communicative, really good with the parents. All they got to do is learn your system, plug and play, bam. I mean, we'd open up schools all day long if we had people, right? Why do you think I'm trying to get Matthew to move to Vegas? Because he's in a shithole town with no opportunity. And there's 3.5 million people here. That's going to go to 6 million people in the next 10 years. And he could come be a king, not a queen, all right? But he could be a king here, okay? Casey and Sarah looking at houses right now, crazy houses. Anybody wants to move to Vegas, let me know. I've got opportunity for everybody, okay? 7 locations opening in the next 3 years, 7 more after that. Ongoing education. Next, you need something fast. He needs this in October. He needs to start training somebody more frequently than once a week. And it's number 2, you create a class plan curriculum for those 10 days that take away all risk. Make it more fitness focused. Who saw the push-up challenge for August? Who's in? Who's in? Okay. And I want you to get your students in it. Imagine flooding social media, and they've got to post it every day. Otherwise, if you no see it, don't count. No see it, don't count. Starts on Friday. Just 5 push-ups on Friday. Just 10 on Saturday. Just 15 on Sunday. Just 20 on Monday. Not a big deal. Okay. And then I create a class plan and accountability structure for that period of time. But everyone here needs an instructor college program. Somebody write this down. How many of you guys got a lot of value out of Houston? What if you had 4 days in a row of doing that with me? September 29th, 30th, October 1st, October 2nd, 4-day instructor college in Las Vegas. Private course. DM me if you're interested at my school. 5 hours a day, 4 days in a row, 20 hours of training just on instructor course. Hell yeah, baby. Let's go. All right, next question. Lakin, I'm going to work on that form to get it editable for you as well, too, by the way.
We figured it out.
All
Thank
right,
you, though.
you're already ahead of the curve. Good job. Congratulations. All right. No more? We're all good? Group intro is solid? Yep.
I
Anybody
have a
else?
question.
Bring it on. Let's go.
So for the intro, how about sibling? Would you do a sibling, family, something or other?
For
For the intro, for the mass intro, or
what more specifically? Like, did the kid take the class? Or are you talking about for the offer?
yeah, for the offer for
All right.
two
So
siblings or more.
here's my family. I have 2 memberships. Individual, family. That's it. My family membership is equal to 2 regular memberships,
Got it.
right? And so if they have a 3rd kid, that means the 3rd kid's free, 4th kid's free, 5th kid's free, 6th kid's free. If the mom's popping out 9 kids, God bless her. Okay. I feel bad for the dad. Um, but but uh but here's the way I do this is obviously those families are going to make more, you're going to make money off of testings and other fees, but most families nowadays are families of 4. So we're kids only. So we charge individual or family, 3rd kid, 4th kid, if in the same family, not the cousin and 2nd cousin once removed, that type of thing. If I was at a adult and kid program, I'd do it the same way, individual and family. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, stupid, right? On that note, too, guys, if you, I said this to, I don't know if it was Michael or one of you guys I had a call with this today. If I go stay at a hotel, the hotel will advertise a rate of $199. When you check out, how much do you pay? Anybody know how much you pay if it's $199? It's not $199, just so you know. It ends up being like $264. You're like, what's all this? Taxes, resort fee. The fucking Holiday Inn is not a resort. What the hell is this stuff? Okay, resort fee, your internet fee, whatever. Now, why did they not just charge you 264? It's because if they charge you 264 all inclusive, and you look at the other hotel charging 199, you're on the app, you're going to book the 199 hotel. And I'm not saying be deceptive. What I'm saying is when I advertise to my student, when I'm saying they're in front of me, I'm closing them, the program cost is this. This is how you pay for it, right? $49 a week. And then it says on the bottom, which by the way, I'm having designed for everybody on this call. It's a client of mine. Everything will be in color palettes around all you do is plug and play your logo. Like John worked on his schedule. It looks great. Okay. Your schedule, your contracts, your registration forms, your pricing sheets, your calendar templates, your newsletter templates, all design your color templates of your school. All you do is plug your logo in there. But on my pricing sheet, it says, here are the additional fees. And we charge 3 fees twice each a year. So every other month, we have an $89 fee. So listen to this. We're $49 a week. Now, $49 a week ends up being $212 a month. Now, what sounds easier to swallow? $212 a month or $49 a week? Then we have a studio enhancement fee twice a year, testing fee twice a year, because we only test twice a year, tournament fee twice a year. They're all a set price of $89. Okay, so 89 times 6 is $534. Now, we charge that every other month on the 1st. So on February 1st, on April 1st, on June 1st, on August 1st, etc., right? Follow the process there. So on 1 month, let me do some scenarios, guys. $49, there's 4 weeks in this month, theoretically. That means they paid $196. There's 5 weeks next month times 49, plus there's an $89 fee. They're going to pay $334 that month. If I mark it as $334, that could be a harder pill to swallow because of cash flow. Plus the 196, I divide that by 2, they're paying $265 a month for my first course. Everybody see that? But I wouldn't mark it $265 because of cash flow. $49 a week. Now, when they go to the next level program, it goes from $49 to $59. They get double the amount of time. They unlock, listen to this word, they unlock weapons, sparring, they unlock new curriculum, new bosses, new levels. $10. All that for $10? No big deal. But if I said $50, a little bit bigger pill to swallow. So pricing is one of those things you can manipulate and get the same value, but make it easier for the sell to be an easier close. The only objection you should ever have would be on money, because I'm going to handle every situation that could come up. Scheduling is already handled in my selling process, timeline, all these things. And so when I get to money, the reason why I do it that way is because the money would be the only thing that's a problem. And who doesn't have $49 a week? That's Chick-fil-A once. Okay, take Zach to Chick-fil-A. It's $40 just for him, probably. He could put away some nuggets. Okay. All right. I said that was the last question. Anybody else? Last call. That's an hour of my voice. That's a lot. Brandy can't handle anymore.
So, Aaron, when you're telling people $49 a week, when they go to fill out the paperwork, it's the actual monthly payment, you're not just collecting $49 each week, are you? Wait, so you are collecting, so is it a long-term contract and so every week they're paying you $49? Wow, okay. All right.
Yeah, baby. I like it.
Okay, so yeah, then
Because here, look, what's America's problem, one of the problems, hold on, let me put it this way, John. One of my problems is, all right, America's problem is cash flow. Even people that make $300,000 a year don't have $300 a month sometimes because of cash flow,
yeah,
right? So $300 once a month or $49 on a weekly level, a little bit easier for people's budget management wise. What I did is I backwards engineer all the problems that I had as running multiple schools. And it was down payment money was tough for some people, equipment costs, and then the monthly costs. And so one is just making sure you educate like how and why and when you sell, but then also making it easier for them to budget. Right? And think about this, not everyone needs to be my customer. I don't need to beg for the money. I can go find the right kind of people. And by the way, I'm looking for people who value one thing, not 14 things. I don't want them to do soccer, football, basketball, baseball, all these things. They quit and go do those other things because they stop believing that we were the right vehicle. Your staff quits when you're not the right leader. Your students quit when you're not the right mentor. So that's why frequency. Yesterday, guys, by the way, one last thing, and then I'm closing out because there's a lot of stuff, guys. It's too much. On Facebook, on WhatsApp. So this is what the group is right here. Okay. I posted this little video. Look at that. Okay. That's from my kitchen table I'm sitting at right now. The challenge is, how are you going to get 10 new leads today and one new student? How do you not get one new student today? It should be impossible. Impossible. You can't get one. Who signed up one student yesterday? Everybody should have signed up one student yesterday. If you didn't try. What if you got 10 leads today and put urgency for get one of them in the door today? Don't always pitch money. Listen, you don't need to be Walmart. Value. Have you seen enough to make a decision? Great. Is there any reason why you wouldn't do it today? Great. Let's roll. So be in this form. I put the guest registration form in there, guys. Bam. If you can see that in there, that's in there. That group and the Facebook group. Facebook group's a bigger community. This is going to be only clients. Facebook is clients and other people. So use that as a networking opportunity. Build yourself up as a massive leader in the martial arts space so you have everyone coming to you. All right? Communication. And then you should have a student group for your students. Who's in mine already? Did anybody request to be in mine? It's brand new. It just started this weekend. Let me show it to you guys. So I'm posting 365 days, okay? Yesterday, my challenge, my last night, or this was yesterday's, was the push-up challenge for our students. Let's all do that together. August push-up challenge. Okay? Today, I'm going to probably there's a video in there the day before. Every day there's going to be some post. Every day. Good Lord, look at this sexy human being right there. I mean, look at that. I mean, why would you not want to be in that group? Look at that. Ray, don't get jealous. It's okay. Don't get look at that. Ray's jealous already. Look at that. Man, he looks so good. Then there's some other chicks in here. I don't know who this one is, you know. So, Sarah, whatever you're wearing right now, if you teach class in that, we'll start having to sign up adults. I'm just saying. Okay, we'll have 50 adults sign up tonight. John's marketing plan is John literally said he's gonna. You gotta put those away, Sarah. John's marketing plan is free beer and titties, and if he's just gonna do that for his intro, and I'm gonna tell you, he's gonna have 700 adults signed up. And listen, you know the entry fee at the club. It's women are free, men are $100. They charge us 10 times what they charge the women. So I'm just saying, his tuition is $1,500 a month. He's got 700 adult men that's ready to come. Free pickles. Let's go. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. What's wrong with me?